All right, my friends. Well, as usual, this video will be a hot mess. This is from the meetup we had at Old Glory. They rolled out the red carpet, had one of the best times we've ever had there. These are some of the bottles that I got, and I got a Glen when I was there. Uh, I don't even know what to say. It was such a great time. I didn't really film a whole lot. I just kind of filmed here and there. I was kind of helping run things. We had about 55 people show up. Had a special guest, as you probably saw from the thumbnail. Just amazing. And if you're anywhere near Clarksville and you or you see Old Glory, you need to grab it. It's fantastic. I'm a big fan. So just want to kind of lead into the video. We have the owner kind of talk a little bit, and then there's some candidates from that, and then also on the member section, we set up a camera and just let it run, and you can kind of see the crowd of people and go through there. Maybe next time I'll have somebody who can run a camera for me and we'll get more footage. But I kind of wanted to just enjoy what I was there and enjoy the moment and get to hang out with people. So I didn't really film a whole lot, but Old Glory, amazing. And then Donaldson Pike Liquors, they're the goat up there in town. If you're not shopping there, you're missing out. So thank you guys so much for all you do. Thank you for the guys who came. If you wherever you are, go into your favorite liquor store and demand Old Glory be there, especially if you were there. Uh, and if you were at the event, comment down below, maybe Old Glory. And then I've got a couple. I'm in talks with a couple of other distilleries. It probably wouldn't be hard for you to figure out who they are. They're kind of local, and some are not so local. So if you're interested in doing another meetup, let me know. And thank you guys so much, and thank you to Old Glory. Honestly, the food was great. The restaurant was great. I should have filmed the footage and everything. If I'd filmed like I'd wanted to, I'd have a 10-hour video and not just a 20-ish minute video. So, all right, thanks guys, and enjoy it. Hit that thumbs up, please. It really does help.
Starts. When we built this, I'll give the backstory. This was my idea, crazy idea out of college when I was 22 years old. Wanted to bring a distillery to Clarksville, Tennessee. This is my hometown where I was born and raised. Fell in love with bourbon and really the process of how it was made, and went down a rabbit hole and really never pulled myself out. We started off on a 500-gallon pot still, and then transitioned to the 14-inch column here. 14-inch column put in 2021, so the oldest barrels that we have off of this just turned 4 years old. Back up a little bit. The building itself we built from the ground up. It's not a retrofitted building or anything like that. My dad was a contractor all of his life, and so my brother, who's 2 years younger than me, my dad and I, we built this building. Did way too much ourselves, and should have paid people to do some more things. But we learned everything the hard way. Became plumbers and electricians in the process of it all. In the beginning, my brother Wes and I, we were mashing everything on a 1,000-gallon cooker. It was a converted milk tank, fermenting in 1,000-gallon fermenters, and then running our pots. Initially, I think we made 50 barrels our first year, 50 to 100 barrels our first year, close to 200 the next, and tried to scale up. And eventually did scale up to a barrel a day.
Any of that still around? Any of those?
Definitely, yeah.
Okay.
We've held a lot. We've held what we think is a lot back, because we ultimately want to get to that 10-year-old mark, where we've got a consistent supply of that. Really excited once we get to that point with our column product, too, since that's where we've transitioned most of our bourbon and whiskey production is over to the column. But Nick Dykes, who's our director of distillery operations, we don't let him have the master distiller title, but he's the one that runs the operation. He was our very first hire when Wes and I realized that we could not do everything ourselves. And he's been with us ever since, grown with us ever since, and now he oversees all of our production. He and Caleb Martin, they're the ones who are over most of our production. Caleb does a lot of our blending. And then collectively, most everybody that you've met today, let's talk to you with the Old Glory shirt on, we all get together, taste all these blends that Caleb puts together, and then decide on something before it's bottled. It's kind of the quick rundown of how it happens. Two mash bills that we produce. Mash bill 1 is our rye bourbon mash bill, so it's 73% corn, 19% rye, 8% malted barley. And mash bill 2 is 73% corn, 19% wheat, and 8% malted barley. So one wheat and one rye. as our two mash bills that we produce day in and day out. We do a lot of contract work for other brands too, so we're producing mash bills all across the board, from the American single malt all the way to 100% rye, and obviously lumber. Tell me some questions.
So, what are you, with this, what are your, what's your process? Are you running a strip and run on that and then running it back through?
So the process that we run how we run our pot, we'll start with the mashing. It's all sweet mash. We don't do any sour mash, so everything you're gonna taste is all sweet mashed. The fermentation, we ferment around 90 degrees, and then that takes 4 to 5 days to fully ferment out. On our pot, we're running it a single pass, so it goes through pot and then over to the column. It's a 4-plate column with a defumator at the top. So that defumator, we're able to dial it in and keep it pretty consistent until we can't anymore. But we were talking earlier, when we run the pot, we take pretty concise cuts, nothing crazy broad. When we made the transition over to the column, we were very cautious, and concerned about what that transition was going to be like. And without question, there's a transition, and there's a difference in product, but it's something that we're really, really happy with. And we were really concerned for the first couple of years, even of letting this stuff age. We loved the white dog coming off of it, but didn't know how it was going to turn out. But I think we'll taste some stuff today that I think you guys will be excited about and see where it's heading. The oldest stuff we have up in here is 4 years old, but I think we're still going to do
Distillation proof and barrel entry proof.
comes off. We'll talk about over here. It was coming off around 140 early on. When we transitioned over to here, it's coming off about 130. This is double distilled, so it comes off the stripping column at about 110 to 115. Goes over to the doubler here, and that's where it comes off about 120 to 125. Barrel entry proof is all 120. So all of our barrel entry proof is 120. We use 2 different chars, number 3 char and number 4 char. All of our barrels come from Kelvin cooperage. They have from the very beginning, and that's the only cooperage that we've ever used. Something else that we're super proud of, and we don't talk enough about it. It's just something that it's always just what we do. Is we've never sourced a drop of whiskey from anybody. If it's got that Old Glory name on it, that whiskey bourbon was made right here from grain that we ground here. All of our corn and wheat are grown by a local farm here right outside of Clarksville, and then our rye and malted barley from Beatty Farms down in Murfreesboro. So that Tennessee grown grain, part of that Tennessee experience when Tennessee tastes.
So you run multiple mash bills. Your 2 primary mash bills. What do you notice in terms of the difference in the product that comes out between what you like to run, what you're comfortable with, and what you want to run for others?
Well, the question was, what's the difference?
Yeah, do you notice a difference in the process for different mash bills? How do you incorporate that?
100%. Yeah. So I'll use rye for an example. Rye is harder to mash. It can get really thick and have a harder time breaking down for like 100% rye. When we mash that, our bourbon is a lot easier, but the rye can clump up and ball up real easy if we're not careful. So we've learned over the years how to do that. And then a lot of times we're leaning on somebody comes to us with a mash bill, and we're going to lean on some people to help us on the mashing process. Like if it's something crazy, if it's a bourbon, we're comfortable with it. The single malt's been fun to figure out. Not hard, but we grain in everything, so we don't take our grain out. It's all grained in through the whole process. And so those first few runs of that were like, how is that going to work? How's it going to taste? It's not the tradition there. But it's fun to figure out, and those are the things that I love. I love the production side of what we do a lot, and this is where I nerd out a lot. The pot, just to nerd out a little more, is all hand controlled ball valves. That's how much steam we're putting in it is this many turns. The column, on the other hand, is run by this panel here. So totally automated, where it's extremely consistent.
You custom designed the building for all this, right?
We did, yeah.
You couldn't have put an air conditioner in here? I'm just kidding.
Obviously, you didn't know how tall that was.
I was gonna say, this is true. There's a big hole in there.
And originally, we thought we'll put a stripping still in and finish on the pot when we grow. Well, ended up able to move into this, and it definitely was not designed for that. I cut that hole myself and painted it black myself. And then my uncle, he runs the crane business, he and I brought the column in, stood it up ourselves, squeezed it between those crusters. Had a lot of fun.
How hard do you run that?
We run about 5 to 6 gallons a minute of beer through it. And so we cook and ferment in 2,500 gallon batches. Our beer well is 3,000 gallons. That way we can add another fully fermented tank of beer to it while it's still running. And we'll run between 7 and 8 barrels a shift. Right now we'll run one shift. We've run as much as 2 a little over a year ago when there were so many people wanting bourbon. But right now about 7 to 8 a shift.
So a few of these barrels I don't remember trying. So let's start with 301 over here. You ever feed that in a barrel? You ever feed that in a barrel? Let's do it. So where's the back? Well, it looks like a big straw. Got a hole in both ends there. Just down in the barrel. We'll get going. If you just want to bring your glass up, this gentleman will put a little bit into it for you.
There
you go. Keep going, keep going, keep going. That's good enough. Absolutely.
You sure you never done that before?
I ain't got much in there. Apparently, I might have to go deeper. Just set it in there. Leave it in there for about 5 seconds. Natural.
I know.
Because
Sorry,
I my wife.
All right, yeah. So it's not a picture; it's a video. So, so what's your order so far?
4,
You like 4 the best?
1,
Okay.
3, 2.
So, that's funny. I love that someone so smart could be wrong. So what is your
1, 4, 3, 2.
Oh, you ones are congregating. I gotta go find a. I gotta go find somebody who has some sense. Let me go find somebody over here that's. All right, little brother. What's your
4, 2, 3, 1.
4, 2, 3, 2. That's funny.
4, 2, 3, 1.
Yep, same exact one. Yep.
I like 4 and 2. 4 and 2 are a toss up.
Yeah. Yep. That's.
Just 4 smooth and then
Yeah.
at the end.
Yeah. The first one was just harsh. It's not y'all stuff. Like everything I've had of yours, there's like no.
I almost want to go back to it because it was my first sip of the day. I want to see it.
Yeah, we're good. We definitely have to go back. I think a lot of people like that one. That'll probably be when we go to kind of. We want to try again to go back and forth. But I think I see 2. Yeah.
Whatever I just tried. What was that?
4, right?
4.
No, it's that one.
3.
3. Oh,
Good.
have you tried 2?
I haven't tried anything.
Oh, you were late. I'm sorry. Oh, let me go talk to somebody who was here on time. Hey, he doesn't like to be on video. Do that again. Would you like to do that on video? Yeah, let's do it again.
I didn't say I don't like to be on video. I'm gonna get fucked
All right, I got the fan here. So, what's everybody's rating so far?
I like 3, but I'm a big healthy guy, so 3 is really good.
So what's your rank? You have are you just kind of sticking to one you like and then you bumping
3,
it?
1, 2, 6.
3, 1, okay.
3, 1, 3, 2, 4, 1.
So
Actually, 3, 2, 1.
So here's what's funny about this. All the 3s are over here. All the 1s are over there. It's like people are gravitating together. It's so weird. What about you? 3. So that's weird. I'm gonna.
We haven't got to 4 yet.
Oh well, yeah. So all right, go try 4. Go try 4. So. All right. Let me ask you guys. So what's your ranking? So
4, 3, 2, 1.
4, 2, 3, 1. 4,
4, 3, 2, 2.
Okay.
4, 3, 1, 2. 4, 3, 2, 1.
You want to know something funny? Everybody who's grouped together, their first one is the same. So whoever's talking, so far, all the groups I've talked to, like this group is 4, That group was 3. Another group was 1. Another group was 2. That's weird, right? Okay, that's weird. Yeah. So. Have you done this before? You ever done? Yeah, I was kidding. I know you have. Yeah.
Quick.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right.
You got it?
About as simple as it gets.
Straight on, I guess.
Straight on in.
So
and then
what
just
barrel is right here?
got your
So
glove.
so I don't have a glass.
Bad start. Bad start.
Yeah, bad start. Okay. Hey now. So so get it right here. So I'll drill and then
You
I'll.
just drill it. Put your finger on it. Once you drill in and drill out, just like putting tapping for a TV mount. Put your little pine on there. Not pine. Oh. There you go.
Holy cow! That really came out fast.
Depending on how full it is.
So
Sometimes you have to do pilot hold.
I'm pouring a lot to share. So that was messy. So now what do I do? Okay.
Take this and stuff.
Do I need to? Will my hand do enough to do it, or?
You put it in with your hand and then you just tap on it. Oh my God. There you go.
This is literally the best day of my life,
is
and
how
I
you-
and I have 2 children and a wife. So I'm just saying this is so exciting. So
This is one of the best days. We'll cut that out. There you go.
so what barrel is this? What's the age and the proof on it? So
This is barrel 336,
I'm covered in whiskey.
and it was filled 110 of 2020.
Nice.
Tennessee whiskey.
Nice.
Pre-COVID barrel.
Pre-COVID.
Yeah, pre-COVID. Just
There's
pre-COVID.
probably a little bit of COVID there. So. Hey, look at this guy. Look how sexy this guy is. All right. Thank you, man.
Sexiest one here.
First one. Second session. Second sexy. So, all right. Wow. Today was pretty amazing. So we were at Whole Glory, and this is, they just kind of thieved half a bottle out for me, and we tried this. I don't have my glasses on. I'll say what's my brother's and what's mine. My brother got the Devil's Tower. That's the high rye. This was our pick that we picked. I think this is barrel 1 of them. I don't have my glasses on. What barrel is that? So the 2. The 2 is my favorite. My brother likes these double ryes too much. He got the pin oak, or the pin hook. Sorry. I got the. There's some debate over who actually gets this, but this is actually mine. So I got the single barrel Coy Hill. This has been my unicorn for a very long time. Somebody got a GTS today. I'm gonna put this between my legs and pull it up. Oh nope. I'll come back to that. We got the Jack Daniel's 12. TJ left this in his car and it exploded, and he said I could have it. So this is my first Michter's rye. My Kilcoman, which I'm excited about, and then we had the single barrel John Jay, and I think this is actually my brother's, and it's the they gave me this one. This is the Angel Share, which this is technically the barrel that I have been the bottle that I've been drinking that was actually Leighton's. So I would say that's a pretty good day of hunting. Some of the other guys got a lot of stuff over there. You want to take the? He's going to help me take the sleeve off of this so I can get the there we go. It is the George T. Stagg. Can you believe he paid $235 for that? Pretty amazing. So that's just a wrap from the total hunt from today. Guys, utterly amazing. One of the best days of my life. We're going to do it again. We'll come back to Nashville, and I don't know that we can top it, but we'll see what we can do.
If you're in Nashville, go to Donaldson Pike.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
if you're in Clarksville, come to Old Glory.
Yeah, definitely. The Donaldson Pike Liquors was crazy. They're just insane. So much good. Most of this came from them, and 100% thanks to Old Glory. All right, guys.